Hello, everyone. It's such an honor to be here with you all this evening. All the young people and the grown people. Nobody here is old. We are all just grown. So I'm going to share with you guys my book that I wrote with Geraldine Nolan. Jessica Gibson. She did the illustration. It's called Layla, the Last Black Unicorn. And I wrote this, but this book is based on real life stuff, real unicorns, me. Okay, and all my unicorn friends. And I really love it, and I will open the floor up to questions after I finish reading if you have any, okay? But make them child-appropriate questions. There are children in the building, okay? And children, you can ask questions too if you want. So let's get started with Tiffany Haddish's Layla, the Last Black Unicorn. She ready. On the page. Okay. Layla loved summertime in the Overlook Woods. She loved having nothing to do but explore every nook and cranny of the forest. Or Overlook Woods is my way of calling South Central LA. We was overlooked back in the 1900s. Okay. Along with her friends Gwendolyn Goblin, Olivia Ferry, and Cecilia Cat, Layla would spend her days searching the highest branches of the Munson trees for the sweetest hanging fruit, chasing sprites until she was too tired to move, exploring every twist and turn in Melvin the Minotaur's maze. But at this summer's end, things were different. As soon as the first leaf fell, Layla knew it was time to start going to school. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to do this. I've been practicing. Layla lived in the heart of the forest with Trevin Troll. Trevin had watched over her and cared for her since Layla was barely old enough to trot on her own. He was kind and silly and had a laugh that could shake the clouds. "Do I really have to go to school tomorrow?" Layla asked Trevin as he tucked her in for the night. "Everybody has to go to school, Layla. It's nothing to be scared of. It's where you start to show the world how truly special you are." "But I'm not ready," Layla argued. "Yes, you are," Trevin said, smiling as he tickled her behind her ear. "Trust me, she ready." And see, he's tucking her in bed and stuff, and this is their house in the middle of the Overlook Forest, the Overlook Woods, South Central. The next morning, Layla put on a brave smile as she first stepped through the grand gates of Unicornia. As she peered into the main courtyard, she thought she was in a dream. There were unicorns everywhere. See, she's walking into the school and all these other unicorns. And she hasn't seen any unicorns in the Overlook Woods, so this is nice. Nice. On the blacktop, a group of unicorns was playing hornball while they waited for the first bell to ring. "That's a twofer, Peachy Pink," a blue unicorn said. "No way, Babsy," a rose-colored unicorn shout back. "It's totally missed, so it's a dunkster. You lose a turn." Babsy seemed to know her friend was right, so she lowered her horn and stepped out of the circle. The ball started to whiz around again as one unicorn after another slapped, whacked, and kicked it. Layla tried to keep up with the action, but it was all moving too fast. That said, the game did look like a lot of fun. So when the ball skipped out and rolled over to her, Layla tried to throw it back, but pop, She popped the ball by accident. Oh no. Oh dang. All the kids looking at her. She looking at them. She ruined the game. That happened to me in kickball. It was 1986. Okay, anyways. Hey newbie. Hey newbie. You just wrecked the game, Babsy said. It was an accident, Layla tried to explain. I didn't know the rules. We don't play hornball in the overlooked woods. Oh, Peachy said, shaking her head. Newbie's just woodsy. Do you know what woodsy means? It's my way of saying ghetto. Okay. All the other unicorns laughed as the last bell rang to start the day. Unfortunately for Layla, things did not get much better from there. She got lost on her way to her homeroom, had no one to eat lunch with, and sat in someone's chewed gum during recess. If this was her showing off how special she was, Layla would just as soon have hidden behind a Munson tree for the rest of eternity. So see, she's all sad over here because they're like, you ruined the game. And then she's all by herself in the hallway and eating lunch all by herself. And her pretty tail got messed up in some gum. Now, I'm going to tell you what had happened. It was 1987. And I laid down on the bench and it was gum in my hair. Oh my goodness. Had to cut that ponytail off. So, I'm sorry. I digress. But she knew she had to go back again the next day, and she was determined to find a way to fit in. Layla asked her friend Olivia Ferry to do her mane, so it was awesome all over. Gwendolyn Goblin showered glitter around her legs and hooves, and Cecilia Cat made bows out of leaves and beads out of beetles. Now she ready, Layla sang as she danced a little. She ready. She looking cute, right? She like, yes, I'm gonna be cute as fool. Mm-hmm. It was 1989 when, just like But when Layla stepped off the bus the next morning, Babsy Baby Blue took one look at her and said, oh my, bows and beads and bangles and glitter? This girl is so very woodsy. Ugh. Mm-hmm. So I had got me some dookie braids, right? And what, never mind, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's my story. I'm just giving y'all the side notes. That's not in here, the cliff notes. Okay. By the third day, Layla didn't want to go back to school at all. Finally, Trevin knocked on her bedroom door. You're going to be late, Layla. I'm not going, Layla shouted back. I hate Unicornia. Everyone there calls me Woodsy. Woodsy? Trevin laughed, that wonderful honking laugh of his. If I had an ingot for every time someone called me Woodsy, I'd be one rich troll. Layla buried her head further under her pillow. They just don't know how special you are yet, Layla. Just be ready, and I promise your time to shine will come. Later, at the bus stop, Layla imagined having Trevin on her shoulder, Gwendolyn on the other, and placed Olivia and Cecilia in her heart. No matter how mean the other unicorns were, no one could take away what she had inside. And that's something to remember, guys, especially now that the internet out, you know. It could be rough, but remember, they can't take away what's inside your heart. You have to give that away. So, that day, Mrs. Crimson arranged a walking field trip into the fiddly deep forest. Mrs. Crimson partnered up with Layla as they wandered into the woods, But she was so busy looking at her compass, cantering along, talking about the beauties of the world, and then that bang. Okay, so then something happens. Ooh, what y'all think happens? What do you think happens? What do you think happens in the wood?